Who here knows what Ebola is?
Yes.
Does anyone know how many people it has killed?
Nope. One.
Today I will be discussing what Ebola is, where it started, how many people it has affected, and if there is a cure for this virus. Ebola is a rare but deadly virus that causes bleeding inside and outside of the body. As the virus spreads, it damages the immune system and organs. Ultimately, it causes levels of blood clotting cells to drop. This leads to severe, uncontrollable bleeding. Ebola has killed 90% of the people that it has infected. I got that information from WebMD. Doctors who monitor Ebola patients have to wear 4 layers of protective clothing, as the virus is so contagious. Ebola is spread by bodily fluids. This includes tears, saliva, blood, and semen. The only thing separating the public from the infected patients is a small river of bleach. Family members of patients that have this virus stand behind the river dancing and singing in hopes that their loved ones will be okay. Unfortunately, most of the patients infected with Ebola will die within 10 days of contracting this virus. Kikwit is located in the Dominican Republic of Congo. This is a prime place for Ebola to start. Some prime meals in Kikwit include insects, monkeys, and mice, which are all carriers of Ebola. These 3 food delicacies are found in the rainforest. Scientists think that the rainforest is home to this virus, but have yet to figure out where in the rainforest it has started. Scientists want to run tests on several different insects to see if one of them may be the cause of this virus. Gaspar Minga is noted as the first person in Kikwit to get Ebola. Soon after Minga fell ill, he died. All the family that was around Minga helping to take care of him soon got the virus and died shortly after. This is why Ebola is known as the chain of death. Minga was in the rainforest collecting coal at the time that he got the virus. This is why it is believed that the virus was started in the rainforest, and testing is being done around Minga's work spot. There are no funerals for the thousands of people that died and are still dying due to this virus. After one dies, they are simply put in a bag by doctors in protective clothing, sprayed with Lysol, and thrown in a deep hole in the ground. The doctor's clothing is then discarded and burned as a safety measure. It's very sad that these people are dying within 10 days of getting this virus. It has to be very hard to wake up ill one day knowing the odds that you will only live around 10 more days. It's even worse to know that after you die, there will be no family or friends gathering around you for a proper burial. You will just be placed in a bag, covered in Lysol, and thrown in the ground. I have no doubt it's horrible for the family to go through as well. In Kikwit, only 1 in 5 people survive Ebola. Survivors are forced to stay in the hospitals as the virus still remains in their body. After a nurse fell ill, the doctors knew there was something they had to do, and they had to come up with a plan, and they did. The survivors had to have something the deceased did not. Doctors came to the conclusion it had to be antibodies the survivors had that could get rid of the virus. The doctors searched survivors to find someone that had the same blood type as the nurse. After finding a match, they did a blood transfusion. 4 days after the transfusion, the nurse started feeling better, and after only 7 days, she was back to her normal self, just a little weak. The doctors do this to 8 more patients, and 7 survive. The estimated death in Kikwit, even with some having the transfusion, is 244 out of 300 people. Only 56 people in Kikwit survived this horrible virus. The number of new Ebola cases is growing faster than the ability of health officials to handle them. Today, there is not one single available bed for the treatment of an Ebola patient in the entire country of Liberia. I got that information from the World Health Organization. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donated $50 million in order to find the cause of this disease and to get it stopped, as well as helping the people in need. And that information came from Nova documentary on Ebola. Some of the symptoms that I didn't discuss earlier, the early stages, are a headache, bleeding from the eyes, nose and mouth, and muscle pain. And in the advanced stages, impaired liver and kidney, diarrhea, and vomiting. And this is what the protective clothing that the doctors have to wear is. And this is what the bleeding outside of the body looks like.